Hey viewers, welcome to another Games Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing another game analysis, another Kog'Maw laning phase, and this time it's YellowPete playing. YellowPete being the bottom laner, the AD carry from CLG EU, the European version of, well, CLG, Counter Logic Gaming. Um, Yeah, he is currently going into the jungle and apparently not going for the double golems here. Even though once again we are on the blue team, and yeah, normally people on the blue team tend to go for the double golems. So yeah, we will see them going for that apparently a little bit later on. Yeah, they are going to go for that. Not sure what he was doing in mid. Maybe he was discussing something with his team. Starting off with boots and potions here, even though he has a healer as a support, which makes me think that Tarek is either going to go for the armor buff or he's going to go for the stun. Well, the stun is really unlikely. Well, one level in stun obviously, but yeah, normally you get kind of a combination of everything. And yeah, they have jungle Twitch, so we might actually see some early ganks here, which might disturb the laning phase. Anyhow, after the double golems, they are about half a level ahead. Well, he is about half a level ahead of the opponents, and that it makes you able to well, to stay pretty far ahead. But for Kog'Maw, pretty far ahead is still behind his melee minions. Although now they're going to come up from behind because there's no support player here. And without a support player, Corki only has his Valkyrie to escape and really has no chance of, well, really winning the lane. Obviously, Corki is not going to choose Valkyrie at level 1, and he is still level 1. And you can see here the big difference between someone who is level 1 and level 2 in the bottom lane. Because if you're level 1, um, then you really don't have the power to stay in this lane on your own. And the jungler coming in to check up on him to help Corki out a little bit. Corki now, it seems level 2. It seems that, no, it's level 2 indeed. And they almost get the kill here on Corki, and they might actually still get it. No, 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 no. No, Corki too far away. But he is still level 2. They tried not to push the lane, but eventually you will have to push the lane. And it's not smart to tower dive here, obviously. But watch his position, even though they are being really aggressive, he is still behind his minions all the time. He's making sure that he can always get out because Corki, obviously, has the Valkyrie, whereas Kog'Maw has nothing. So he has to play a lot more safely in order to make sure that he can get out of situations. The jungler is coming in from behind, and I'm pretty sure he hasn't been spotted, but there's nothing he can do because Corki is almost full health again. And yeah, they are going to get an easy kill there on Trundle. I don't know what Trundle was doing there. There was no way he was going to get a kill. And still he went full in. And now at this point, yeah, the jungler is retreating again. Might have been better for him to just keep jungling. But yeah, he's Twitch, he cannot really jungle. And Kog'Maw getting pretty low here because of the harassment from Corki. And still no support. So the support might actually be AFK or disconnected, or they may have yeah, they may have a roaming support, but I don't know. So as you can see, not pushing the lane, leaving as much as possible to the minions to handle, and most of the enemy, or most of the blue minions, are getting killed by the purple minions with Corki well out of range to get those last hits. The experience range for that, or to zone him out of that, Tarek will have to run as he was doing now, but he will get attacked by the Corki obviously. And they are going aggressive on Corki once again, but staying away from the turret. Just keep that in mind if you play Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw is really squishy. He really doesn't have a lot of HP. That's probably why he is going boots first. Although boots first really, yeah, it's not very good. It's good if you need to, but with Tarek there, you definitely don't need to. But yeah, I think they kind of agreed that Tarek should go for the armor buff instead of the heal, because the armor buff really helps you out a lot more than the heal in the end, because it prevents more damage to you than the heal will heal, and it helps both of you at the same time, and the heal really doesn't. Plus, well, the armor buff can do damage, while the shatter can do damage. And that is of course an excellent thing to have in a bottom lane, if you can get some extra damage going. So Twitch once again coming in. And as you can see, he's not reacting to that at all. He's just continuing on. He's pushing the lane now because he wants to go back, or at least that's what he's trying to uh, make the Corki think. Of course, it is all about the jungler being there, but the jungler no longer in place to do anything. And Corki is really too low to do anything. Oh, almost getting the kill there. But yeah, unfortunately, Yi with his ultimate up on cannot be slowed, and he is still not back. He is still at the turret, so they might actually be able to ras him with the ultimates from Kog'Maw. But as you can see, getting pretty low just from the little bit of harassment, and yeah, now because he was too aggressive, he is actually in well, in some danger, has to use both of his summoners to get out of that. And yeah, the Twitch is going to pick off this Trundle now. Actually, Kog'Maw picked him off in the end. But yeah, Twitch also, yeah, very squishy and actually gets killed by Master Yi's perfect Alpha Strike there. And that was really, really well done by Master Yi. So Cassiopeia coming in, and if he can do enough damage to at least get the counter kill, yeah, they do. And he is going to pick up one more minion because with the explosion. But that's just about it. So as you could see, easy to tower dive, but yeah, he does a lot of damage, so he should be fine. And he's going to go for, really? Come on, buy something big. Oh yeah, he is going for the seal first, which is not what we see normally, but yeah, sure. The seal obviously adds some movement speed, but it's mainly for the attack damage. Attack speed, sorry. But normally we see the choice to go to Infinity Edge first, because Infinity Edge is just so incredibly good on virtually any AD carry. And yeah, since he has a good range and an additional movement speed, no, attack speed buff from his skills, he normally, yeah, doesn't really have a problem with those kind of things. So normally he just goes for the extra damage, because the extra damage combined with the Q giving you extra attack speed, is giving you more damage than the Q combined with other attack speed items. Because, well, multiple attack speed items, well, are just, yeah, less and less effective. Because, well, the later you get in a game, well, and the more attack speed you gain, the less it actually does for your percentage attack speed, because it's based on your level 1 attack speed. And going after the Corki here, not sure if that was a good idea. Would have been better to just leave the dragon there, because yeah, he is really squishy, and if the entire enemy team is there, that's not a good thing to have in your face as Kog'Maw. So once again, zoning out the enemy, although, well, the Corki is being chased all the way up the bottom lane, almost to his second turret. And yeah, they do lose 2 champions for that, but yeah, that is really not the concern of Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw is really here to just farm and farm and farm until such time as he can kill the enemy champion. And almost getting the kill on, come on, what's his name, Corki there. But Corki just a little bit, yeah, too far away. Or, well, a little bit too much HP, I guess. And yeah, Derek just entertaining the whole minion wave there. And Corki is going, Kog'Maw is going to get most of them at least. And they are going to take down this this first turret here. I think at this point it is kind of obvious that he won this lane. Not sure by how much, and I don't know why my video is lagging, but this is a video, by the way, so that's why the quality is so crappy. And it just skipped a little bit, and yeah, whatever. Yeah, going for the Infinity Edge now, I'm guessing, because he's not going to finish that whole Phantom Dancer. I mean, I cannot imagine that. And going for another lane, because his lane, the bottom lane, is completely pushed to the second turret of the enemies. And he's not really going to be able to do anything because he's way too squishy. So it seems that blue buff is either there or has been stolen, because I didn't see the actual golem. And a nice stun going off. Are they actually going to get him? Yes, they are. Unfortunately, Tarek gets it. And I say unfortunately because, yeah, here the blue buff was already gone. I say unfortunately because Kog'Maw only got about 30% on the kill money there. If one person is assisting, then it's no problem. Then you can take the kill as a support. But if 2 or more are supporting, you should really try to avoid getting the kill. If anyone else can get it, they should get it. Because you're going to get 100% and they're only going to get, in this case, because there's 2 assists, the 60% or, well, 58% I think, of extra money is going to be divided between those 2. So that's 30% each. And if there are 3 guys supporting, then obviously they're going to get 20% each. And if there's 4 guys supporting, they're going to get 15% each. And yeah, you can imagine that 15% each is definitely not as good as 100% of the kill. So he's going to get red buff here, while his team is doing a good job of getting a kill in mid lane. But yeah, red buff should really go to Kog'Maw, and that is one of the many advantages of being on the blue team. You get red buff really close to your lane, and you can actually get that if you have a jungler that doesn't need it or when you really want it. On the other team, so on the purple team, that really isn't the case. The purple team has a blue buff that is that is close to the bottom lane, but not a red buff. The red buff is very far away. Anyhow, yeah, it seems that there's a pink ward there. And they're going to take out that pink ward pretty easily. Missing the ultimate there, the Cassiopeia. And you can see that because his lane was so pushed, he actually went to help out mid lane together with his support. But now his lane has been pushed back, so he's going to run back, obviously. It all seems so easy when you see it in these videos, but you really have to understand these kind of, well, they're kind of easy things. And once again, putting the slow in front of the, yeah, I'll show you. It's pretty easy to figure this out, but he's coming in, trying to intercept this guy. First of all, he's going to lead his target with his ultimate. He's not going to put it right on top of him because he's assuming that this Corki wants to get out of it. And Corki, yeah, making the mistake of actually turning around and trying to avoid it. He couldn't avoid it anyway. And now he has his, he's in range to get his E off, which is his slow. And he can aim it right at him. But the smarter thing to do is to aim that way, because Corki has to step over it that way. And it's more about the slow than the damage. Oh. And there goes the slow. So now Corki can choose to either, and yeah, well, the support is magnificently positioned there. Because even if he's trying to get out, he will get stunned by Tarek. So this guy is already dead, but that's not the point. Because he puts it here, Corki can choose to either go forward and, well, not get out, or wait for this goo to actually melt. Or he can attempt to get out, but then get slowed. And since he's already hit by the ultimate, he is visible in the bushes, so hiding in the bushes really doesn't do anything. So the Valkyrie is going the wrong way. He was going for a kill on Kog'Maw. He could of course have Valkyrie the other way, but he would have still gotten slowed, and yeah, he would have gotten stunned by Tarek. And that's why as an AD carry you have to keep in mind, and especially as Kog'Maw, because you have a skill shot slow, you have to keep in mind what the enemy is thinking and if you definitely want him to not go back in this case, because you're not going to get you're not going to get killed anyway. And he saw the E there. Actually not picking off the big wolf, that's what he was trying. Not actually aiming for Yi, obviously. And they may actually be able to get this Cassiopeia. Oh, actually a really easy kill. Stun into snare into, well, being dead. And another easy kill because Yi went after the support. And yeah, now this is going to be into the team fighting phase, and it's really, he's going to die once again, and he may actually be able to pick up a few minions. I was going to say pick up Corki, but Corki was smart enough to just run out of that. And I wonder if this guy is going to get killed. Yes, he is. Fiora too strong for him. So anyhow, he did finish the entire Phantom Dancer initially, and yeah, I don't really know why. I don't understand why you would do that. Because you have plenty of attack speed, all you need is damage. But I guess it's because he doesn't level Q. He only levels W and E, as well as his ultimate, obviously. And I guess because he doesn't have that attack speed boost, he found it necessary to finish his Phantom Dancer first. Normally I would not recommend that because it's not as good as getting the Infinity Edge. But hey, it's a build, and he is choosing to do this for a reason. To be honest, I don't know what the reason is. And yeah, normally I try to explain these things, but I really don't understand because it's yeah, it may be for the movement speed buff, but just getting the zeal would already give you most of that movement speed buff. And once again, as you could see, going to the bottom lane because that's where the farm was, and not mingling right away into the team or in the team fight. Um, yeah, mid was occupied by multiple enemies, and even though he could have gone mid and tried to fight there, the the best reaction there was to just get the farm. Because there's no reason for his team to fight there. The turret is still available. The minions can still be killed easily by Morgana because it's Morgana, and he wants to get as much farm up as possible. And yeah, if you have to be out of the team fight because of that, that is an easy choice to make. And as you can see, taking a lot of damage there, the Yi. But yeah, Yi also doing a pretty decent amount of damage. That was not a good ultimate. Should have led his enemy more. So leading the enemy means that you actually position your skill shot in front of the enemy instead of on top of the enemy. And you kind of predict where he's going to be in like, I don't know, half a second, and that's where you aim your ultimate. And in this case, he put it right on top of the Trundle, and the Trundle was already running away from that spot, so he wasn't going to be there half a second later when the ultimate actually hit. And you should keep that in mind with any skill shot, because it's the only way to hit them. Oh, almost getting the snare there. So the reveal on his ultimate is really small, so it's not super useful for that, but it is still usable. And his bottom lane is still pushed. The top lane is coming closer, but there is no turret there, so it is really risky for Kog'Maw to go there. And Fiora is probably going to pick up the minions in top lane when they push a little bit further. Obviously at this moment they are pushing the mid turret, and I'm still considering this laning phase, even though at this point nobody's in the lane anymore. But you need to farm with Kog'Maw until you have your Bloodthirster. Not Bloodthirster, come on, Infinity Edge. And once you have Infinity Edge and preferably Zeal, then you can go help out your other lanes. And a nice stun there, getting them the kill. But yeah, you really need a lot of gold for Kog'Maw to work properly. Obviously in the early game he's really squishy, but not only that, he's not very strong. He doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And yeah, you want to do as much damage as soon as possible, which means that you have to be out of the fight for quite a while. And indeed, going back bottom lane, because he is a little bit late here. He should have gone back a little bit earlier because a lot of these minions are going to die to the turret. And he might actually pick some up with his ultimate, but no, not so much. Yeah, he could have been here a little bit earlier because that way he would have gotten a little bit more out of this. And it's still plenty. It's still like 3 waves. And yeah, you have to keep that in mind. Don't just keep uh, standing in where the fight is, because you're an AD carry. This goes for any AD carry that is not Urgot, because Urgot is an early game champion, and yeah, Baron going down there. Yeah, well, this is it for me. As you can see, he finished his Infinity Edge. already finished his whole Phantom Dancer. I still don't know why he got that first, but I'm assuming he wanted the mobility to be able to move between mid lane and bottom lane. Otherwise, I just don't know. So once again, two Doran's Blades, the boots level 2, Berserker's Greaves in this case. The boots really, you buy them based on what the enemy team has. Plus what your summoners are and what you're planning to build. But getting Berserker's Greaves is really one of the options. You can also go for the Mercury Strats, or in really strange cases, I guess the Ninja Tabbies even. Because the Ninja Tabbies are actually good if the enemy team has a lot of AD. And yeah, he was overextending there a little bit. He was following his team in instead of just getting this turret and harassing with his ultimate. Could have gotten just as much done without dying. At least I think so. Let's rewatch that. So at this point, he's harassing with his ultimate, and here he's going to run in. Oh, there's nobody else there. That's why he's running in. And yeah, the kill on this guy, that was secured. This guy should have also been secured, but Yi is going for him, and that's how he dies. Yeah, the Flash saves Corky, and Trundle actually killing the Twitch there. Twitch wasn't here either, so it's him and Fiora against the Yi. And if he stayed back here, that would have been probably better, but he decided to go in there and follow his team in and got killed because of that. If he stayed back, he would have been with Morgana. Morgana, who's still behind these bushes, she positioned herself wrong. And yeah, she just isn't in this team fight at all. And yeah, he's going to get killed, but they are going to pick up the other kill. Yeah, Morgana really was in the wrong spot there. Let me see if I can get this again. So, see Fiora and Morgana running this way. So in the other lane, trying to pick off this guy. And I think Fiora will actually run back afterwards because this guy, whoever it is going to die. And she's not needed there anymore, but Morgana is staying there. So here, Fiora is indeed running back and is now in the fight, and Morgana is not there. Had he run back, so had Kog'Maw run back here, stayed here, he would have been with Twitch and Morgana, and they would have probably been able... Oh, this Twitch taking all of the turret shots. That is really bad. That's why he died. Actually taking 4 turret shots in a row and wasn't paying attention. Yeah, with a little bit better teammates, he would have been able to stay alive there, get the turret, and get, I think, 1 kill on not the Master Yi, but the guy that's this guy. I don't know who that is. Oh, Trundle. Yeah, without giving away this kill, and without giving away the kill on himself. Because I think both those kills could have been avoided. And he does pick up 3 minions with his death. Which is pretty decent. Anyhow, that's it for now. I will see you next time. GG.